Hey everyone, it's your girl Lily Singh here. Today, we're diving into the wild and wacky world of history with a twist. Ever heard the saying, cats have 9 lives? Well, Hitler might have had more. Let's talk about the crazy assassination attempts on him, some even by his own generals. Buckle up, it's going to be a hilarious ride. Okay, first up, we got the beer hall putsch. Picture this. 1923, Germany's a hot mess after World War I, and this guy, Hitler, with a Charlie Chaplin mustache, decides to stage a coup. Like, seriously, dude? A coup? In a beer hall? You're more likely to get kicked out for being too loud than to overthrow the government. Anyway, long story short, it was a total flop. Bullets were flying. People were running around like chickens with their heads cut off. And somehow, Hitler managed to escape with just a dislocated shoulder. Talk about beginner's luck. I swear this guy had more lives than a video game character. Fast forward to 1944, and Hitler's still kicking, unfortunately. By now, even his own generals are like, okay, this guy's gotta go. So they hatch this elaborate plan to blow him up. I'm talking briefcase bombs, secret meetings, the whole shebang. It was like something straight out of a Hollywood movie, except with way higher stakes. They plant the bomb in Hitler's conference room, but guess what? The table leg saved him. Like, seriously, a table leg? You can't make this stuff up. Hitler escapes with minor injuries, and the generals involved, well, let's just say they weren't invited to his birthday party. Chapter 3. Operation Foxley, Spies, Lies, and Bad Ideas. This chapter dives into one of the most audacious and frankly bizarre plans of World War II. The British, known for their stiff upper lip and impeccable manners, decided to take a rather unorthodox approach to dealing with Hitler. Now let's talk about the British. During World War II, they were facing immense pressure from all sides. The Nazis were advancing, and the stakes were incredibly high. The British government and military were desperate for a game-changing move. They were like, hold my tea and crumpets, we've got to get in on this action. The British, with their unique blend of humor and seriousness, decided to concoct a plan that would go down in history for its sheer audacity. Enter Operation Foxley, the British plan to assassinate Hitler. This wasn't just any plan, it was a top-secret mission that involved some of the most creative minds in British intelligence. Now, the British are known for their tea and their spies, but their assassination plan? It was something straight out of a spy novel. The idea was to eliminate Hitler and, hopefully, bring an end to the war. Let's just say it was a little out there. The brainstorming sessions must have been something to behold, with ideas flying around that ranged from the plausible to the downright absurd. They considered everything from poisoning his tea, classic British. Imagine the scene. Hitler, unsuspecting, sipping on a cup of tea, only to be taken out by a lethal dose of poison, to dropping a bomb on his train. The logistics of this plan were mind-boggling. They had to figure out the exact timing, the right location, and ensure that Hitler would be on that specific train. They even thought about disguising a sniper as a tree. Yes, you heard that right. The idea was to have a sniper camouflaged as a tree, waiting for the perfect moment to take the shot. Like, imagine Hitler just strolling through the forest, and bam! A tree takes him out. The sheer creativity and boldness of this plan were both its strength and its downfall. I mean, points for creativity, right? The British intelligence officers were certainly thinking outside the box, but sometimes thinking too far outside the box can lead to impractical solutions. But in the end, they decided it was too risky. The potential for failure was high, and the consequences of a botched assassination attempt could have been catastrophic. Probably for the best, because can you imagine the headlines? British tree assassinates Hitler? The world would have been in uproar, and the credibility of the British intelligence would have been seriously questioned. The world wasn't ready for that kind of chaos. The plan, while ingenious in its own right, was ultimately shelved, but it remains a fascinating glimpse into the lengths to which the British were willing to go to end the war. Chapter 4. The Elser bomb timing is everything, except when it's not. Okay, this next one is almost too wild to believe. Imagine a scenario so close to changing the course of history, yet so far. This is the story of Georg Elser, a man whose timing was just a hair off, but whose intentions were monumental. A carpenter named Georg Elser decided to take matters into his own hands. He wasn't a soldier, a spy, or a politician. He was just an ordinary man with extraordinary courage and a plan that could have altered the fate of millions. He was like, I'm a carpenter, I build things, I can totally build a bomb. And not just any bomb, but one sophisticated enough to take down one of the most guarded men in history. Imagine the sheer audacity and determination it took for him to even conceive such a plan. And you know what? He did. He meticulously crafted a bomb, using his skills and knowledge as a carpenter. This wasn't a spur-of-the-moment decision. It was a carefully thought-out plan, executed with precision and care. He built a bomb and planted it in the beer hall where Hitler was giving a speech. The Burgerbraukeller beer hall was a significant location, a place where Hitler felt secure. Elser knew this and chose it deliberately, understanding the impact it would have. But here's the kicker. Hitler finished his speech early and left the building just minutes before the bomb went off. Talk about bad timing. It's almost as if fate itself intervened. The bomb exploded, causing chaos and destruction, but the target had already slipped away. It's like missing your train by a minute, except instead of being late for work, you miss out on assassinating Hitler. The frustration, the what-ifs, the near miss that could have changed everything. Elser's attempt was a testament to the power of individual action, even if it didn't succeed in the way he had hoped. Chapter 5. The Swiss Sniper. To shoot or not to shoot? Last but not least, we have the story of the Swiss sniper. This tale is one of the most intriguing and debated moments in history. Imagine being in the shoes of a sniper, high up in the Swiss mountains, with the weight of the world on your shoulders. This guy had Hitler in his sights, finger on the trigger, ready to go. But he hesitated. The tension in that moment must have been palpable, the air thick with the gravity of the decision he was about to make. Maybe he forgot his lucky rabbit's foot that day, or perhaps it was something deeper, something more profound that made him pause. Or maybe he just realized that taking out Hitler would mean dealing with all the paperwork, the endless bureaucracy that would follow such a monumental act. Who knows what was going through his mind? Was it fear, doubt, or a sudden moral dilemma? The human mind is a complex thing, especially under such extreme pressure. But he lowered his gun, and Hitler lived to see another day. A decision that would ripple through history, altering the course of events in ways we can only speculate. I mean, can you imagine the pressure? Should I shoot? Should I not shoot? What if I miss? The questions must have been racing through his mind, each one heavier than the last. What if I hit the wrong guy? The fear of making a mistake, of changing history for the worse, must have been overwhelming. What if he sees me? The risk of being discovered, of failing the mission, was ever present. I should have stayed home today. The thought of the comfort and safety of home must have seemed like a distant dream in that moment. The Swiss sniper's story is a poignant reminder of the human element in war, the split-second decisions that can change the world. Outro: Hitler, the luckiest dictator? And there you have it, folks. Hitler really did have more lives than a cat. It's crazy to think how history could have changed with just one successful attempt. If you enjoyed this wild ride through history, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Until next time, stay curious and keep laughing.